how important is it for you, your church, to go live stream? Um, there was a little blog that I sent out this morning, and I was quite surprised after I actually physically crossed the road. My camera decided to mute my voice. So I thought, right, there must be a reason why my camera muted my voice. And I was actually frustrated about the live streaming experience at my local church. So I was actually physically glad that my phone not actually muted my voice, because I was a bit frustrated that what I'm trying to accomplish is a live streaming experience for you, the viewer, to experience the actual live service from my church. So I got one positive feedback from that experience. So I know a lot of people are unable to make it to the actual live streaming experience live. So I send out the link on a regular basis for people who are unable to make it to my local church. This is the reason why online services were so important during lockdown. I'm not actually going to say the other word, because C19, if I say C19, then people understand that every time I mention the full C19, there will be a people would actually label it as a just basically someone who would actually physically put a label on this video and say it is against or it's for. So during lockdown, if I rewind, there was an incident years and years and years ago called lockdown, and we weren't able to go to our local churches. We weren't allowed to pray. We weren't allowed to worship. We weren't even allowed to broadcast our services online. So then we had to find a way of expressing the local church online. So my local church at the time decided to think, right, we can't go to our normal congregations and share the gospel between one another. So there was something called online church, and the church I was representing, I was there for 7 years, and then something called lockdown, and then we were trying to produce an online service where the pastor would actually share a message from home, and they had the people to do the introduce everybody to the online service. We had prayer, we had band, we had a live worship session, and a message from the actual pastor. So over the last few years, I've been going to one particular church where they were crying out for a live stream service. So I actually was physically doing this. God, hello, where would you like me to go? Because I've got all these gifts and all this talent, and I wanted to share it. So, local church that I used to go to years and years and years ago gave me a ring and said, "Would you like to come back and and produce an online service for those people who are stuck at home and would like to worship and pray and share the gospel of Jesus Christ?" So I thought, okay. So then there's a guy who was there who's been trying to contact me for ages. I actually physically went, introduced myself, and says, "This is me." And then the church came to me and says, "What are you needing?" So this is what I need. This is a list. I need a camera. I need a video capture card, and this is what happened. So now I am expressing my. I'm not really frustrated. It's just that the technology at the church is um, almost out of date. So now I'm actually bringing it forward and introducing you to a different way of live streaming. We've actually got some new technology at the local church, and I thought, that's a good idea. Let's just make sure that the people at home can actually see what we are broadcasting. So my next step into this live streaming experience is people want to worship at home. So my next suggestion to the church is to have a connection at the front of church, plug it in to power the experience of what we can see at church. So there's two screens broadcasting the actual physical words that people see at church. So my experience will be to actually reconnect, plug in a computer at the front, which will broadcast the words without audio onto a live streaming platform. YouTube has now connected a system where you can share a screen. So you can actually physically share the entire screen, what you can see, or you can actually share a link. So I've actually tried this last week, and all I got last week was a blank screen. And I thought, where is the screen that I am trying to share? So now I am now going to physically try to share a screen. So at the moment I've got X. So what I'll do is I'll click on, I don't know if I can actually physically click on a video and share that from X. X is now Twitter, and we've had a few laughs about Twitter. They're saying because it's now called X, why don't we just call it Twix? So, right, I'm going to accomplish and try to find out if you can see this screen. So I'm going to share it. So with YouTube, you can actually share a window, share the entire screen. So I think you can actually click on the audio as well. So I don't want to share the audio. I just want to share the screen. So I want to know if you are watching now or even on the replay, am I able to see, you are able to see X. So I want to know if you can actually physically now see X on your screen. This is a screenshot, a live screenshot of my X account. So it should say what is happening, and then underneath is the actual morning service that I just shared on X this afternoon. So if you can see that, I want to see if you can see it. So according to what I can see, you can see, but when I share this at church, it shares a blank screen. So I don't know what the problem is. So now you can see this is my X account. So click on this morning service. It should. I can actually now click on stop share. It will return back to me. So now I can do the next step where I can actually click on the video of this morning and share it.
Get myself ready. I want you to imagine yourself in Jerusalem 1,991 years ago. In May 30.
So that, I hope, so you saw David Holmes introducing his morning preach at my local church. So I don't know if that's worked or not, unless I actually physically stop this stream now, rewind it and check if it's worked. So the idea is I can share that screen. So all being well, if the equipment that I am looking to get to actually live stream the screen, which will broadcast the TV, whatever's on the TV at church, you can actually physically, I can send you a link and say, if you want to actually worship with us, you are able to click on the link and hear. You won't be able to hear unless I actually program it to. You're able to see on the screen if I send out the link. So I am now trying to work out a way of sharing the words which come up on the screen at work, at church, to you at home. So I don't know what I need to get. I got an idea what to get, and I don't know what the cost will be. So the plan is now is to go back to church and live stream this evening service, and hopefully I will get the same results, the same good audio quality that I got this morning. So all being well, in 2 seconds, I'm going to end this stream, go to church and do what I need to do when I'm cleaning windows in. So I'm going to end this stream now. It's come to 15 minutes. So 3, 2, 1.